base thinks they're bigger. Same approach to this one.
Yeah, I think anytime that you have a big game, you need to be honest with your guys. This is a big game. I don't think trying to sweep it under the rug, that's just another game on your schedule. And it's not. It's not for them. It's not for the community in Reno. It's not for the community here in Vegas. So rivalries should have more excitement. They should be more engaging and fun, and different plots and subplots and all those things that make them a great part of our sport. So with that being said, I think that you need to approach the game a little bit differently. And there are still just basketball things you got to take care of, obviously, but you just want to make sure everybody gives their best effort from both sides of the coin, meaning up there and with us.
Even players like JoJo who experienced that last season, do you think that will fuel them this week?
I don't know. It's a good question. I think anytime it wasn't really a rivalry last year in the sense that they were so dominant. I don't know. It wasn't like there was an overtime game, or we really even competed with them. So I don't know how much it would or wouldn't. I guess I'd have to ask him, but I'm not sure. You know what I mean? Just because of the way that our transition was, they were just so much better than us. But the environment was good, for both games. I thought we had good crowds, and that's what rivalries do. So hopefully we'll have a good crowd up there and a good crowd here when they come to us.
When there is an in-state rivalry that's brewing or sort of developing, is there a temptation to use that as a measuring stick, or do you just sort of focus on your own thing, or how does that sort of that relationship work?
A measuring stick in relation to what? What do you mean?
Like you're obviously building your program.
Oh,
he's
gotcha.
building his program. Is there sort of do you ever sort of peek over? What are they doing? How do we have to keep up? What's going on with us?
No, I don't think from the coach's seats you do that. I think from the coach's seat you have a strategy, you have a plan how to build your program, and we're going to build ours. I think we have a little bit of a different paradigm than Eric is using. So I don't think I would ever change what I'm doing because of what somebody else is doing. I think you can learn from other people, and you can follow success in certain veins, but I'm very clear and concise on how I want to grow the Runnin Rebel program.
You talk about getting the guys' minds, right, or whatever. Just coming off such an emotional loss and then coming into such a big game.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like a crazy turnaround?
That's the season. That's conference. That's part of what makes college basketball fun and special. And it's one of the unique sports where you have true emotion tied to different games. So I think it's a good thing. I think it's good for them, for their development. I think we played well, and that's really at the end of the day all you can ask as a coach is for you guys to give you the best effort. Unfortunately, our best effort wasn't good enough to get us a win there, and we'll just keep fighting and keep getting better, and we'll see where the wins and losses come as the season unfolds.
Marvin, it seemed like with all the new faces, it seemed like an advantage against San Diego State where they didn't really know the history. Do you think that could be somewhere here where they weren't there last year, that they don't really know what happened, and so they go with a fresh mindset?
Someone else asked me that too, Mark. I'm not sure if that's an advantage or disadvantage. I think that it really comes back down to the makeup, the mental makeup of the guys in your program, and so I don't know if that was an advantage, more of an advantage, or Kel not being able to play the game was more an advantage at the San Diego State game. So it's just kind of hard to really answer that because. You just don't know. I think it goes deeper into the psyche of the kids. I think that at the end of the day, from my seat, I want my guys to play hard. I want our guys to compete, and I want us to, play together and stay connected and all those things that we do in regular games, except you got to try to take it up a notch for a rivalry game.
Going into the strategy, just talk about Caleb Martin's play. Obviously 6'7", but can knock down.
Yeah. Well, he's just a fantastic offensive player, and I think he's an excellent defender as well. He just seems like I love his court demeanor. I think he's a very cerebral player, but confident. I think he does. I think he's a pro. I think he does things with a lot of confidence, a lot of freedom. I think they're playing a great style of play for him to flourish in, and I don't know him as a young man, but he seems pretty solid on the court. Both he and his brother. So, I'm looking forward to having some battles with them over the next couple of years.
What are the challenges of guarding a team that's going to have, basically everybody 6'5" to 6'7" and can shoot on the floor?
Well, the versatility they possess, one of the reasons they've been successful, because they utilize mismatches. They take bigger guys off the bounce. They post up guards. He has a lot of ISO situations, isolation situations that he puts his players in. So Eric, again, is doing a really good job of utilizing the personnel that he has this year to be successful. So it creates, the mismatches is where I think he does a good job of taking advantage of guys.
How difficult do you think it is the way he brings in basically a new crop of transfers every year to build that, consecutively and keep this team at the top?
Well,
of the
he's still relatively new in the process. This is his third year. So, time will tell, He's been pretty good at it, in year 2 and year 3. So, I guess, year 4 and year 5 will tell us. It's not a particular. He had to move the needle. He wanted to move the needle. He wanted to win. He did his research on the kids that he brought in, and he's done a good job. So, I just it's one way to skin a cat, and that's the way he's chosen.
He will stay with the same starting lineup.
Probably, yeah.
Anything new with Anthony?
Any new news? No.
Brandon says that he's a three-point shooter. He says it pretty
He's
much.
actually
he says it every
capable.
chance he gets.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
After making that 3, do you want him?
Well, what is
stepping
he,
out
2
and
for 3
launching?
now in the year? So he's, if opportunistically, listen, he needs to do what it takes to help us win the game. It's not only about him; it's about us, right? And if the situation presents itself, I'm okay with him taking that shot. Jordy wouldn't have thrown it to him if he didn't know that he could make that shot. And he's practiced it before, so does Shakur, and made his. We do let those guys get opportunities to do that, but their strength and their true contribution to the team is on the interior.
Now being your second season as head coach, do you feel like you might have a better understanding as to the rivalry going up there to Reno for this game?
Well, I knew it before I got here. You got to remember, I was here before and as an assistant, and very well versed with the rivalry that exists here, and have been part of a lot of different rivalries. In New Mexico State, we had 2. We had UTEP and UNM. So we had 4 of these games a year, and they're emotional games. They're games where passion is involved at a little bit higher level. But at the end of the day, it's a basketball game, and you got to go out and do the things from that side of the coin that give you the best chance to win. And this is a really good team. It's the best team in our conference. It's the top 25 team in the country right now. So it's a great opportunity, and we're going to have our hands full.
Thanks, Mark.
All right,
Thanks,
Mark.
Coach.